Breaking news, police right now searching for the person who gunned down a man at a Northwest Side motel. All this unfolding around 10 a.m. on Northwest Loop 410 in Culebra. Meredith Haas is at the scene now with more on the deadly shooting.
Well, police found the body of a man up there on the second floor of Flex Studio Culebra. Now, authorities can't tell if they're looking for one person or multiple suspects at this time, but just down the road on Alamo Downs Parkway, they did detain someone, a man, and questioned him earlier today. Police are also questioning a person who was in the room here at Flex Studio Culebra, but they say they're providing conflicting information. Now, a call came in around 9:55 this morning for shots fired. San Antonio Fire Department discovered a man dead, shot multiple times on the balcony. Now, there is a stadium that is owned by NISD. So in this area, we wanted to know if the school was put on lockdown or anything, but we were informed that the incident had not put them in immediate danger and had not put anyone else in this area in immediate danger. But again, police are searching for one or multiple suspects at this time. They're using Eagle and K9 units to find that suspect or suspects.
2 San Antonio police officers are in hot water, have been suspended. The department says one officer allegedly assaulted the officer she was dating, but a department internal investigation found the victim is also at fault.
SAPD says Officer Cassidy Costa was put on indefinite suspension in May for assaulting her colleague and partner. The victim was also put on indefinite suspension in April for lying to investigators and not reporting the assaults. Costa was first reported in December after the department got word of the victim texting a fellow SAPD officer about the attacks. In those texts, the victim talked about getting attacked by Costa and lying, so he's not responsible for Costa losing her job. In one instance, the victim reportedly told the other officer that Costa busted his eye open. SAPD says the victim was suspended because every officer is required to tell the truth at all times. For Costa, SAPD started taking steps to fire her, but according to state records, she still has an active license and remains with the department. Both of the officer suspensions were without pay. If you know anyone going through a similar situation, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Earl Stoudemire, KENS 5.
And right now, all eyes on Mexico's Pacific coast as Hurricane Flossy strengthens to a Cat 2 storm. The National Hurricane Center reporting the storm has maximum sustained winds now of 100 miles per hour, but Flossy is expected to continue strengthening and become a major hurricane as soon as tonight. However, forecasters say the hurricane should move away from southwestern Mexico and back into open water tonight. And more breaking news now, a big step forward in President Trump's big, beautiful bill. Today, the Senate passing Trump's tax cut and spending bill.
The vice president votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
Vice President J.D. Vance delivered the tie-breaking vote to pass the massive GOP budget bill.
This is a historic direction that we're moving for President Trump and the American people that elected us to run the government in a different direction.
All Democratic senators opposed the measure, joined by Republicans Tom Tillis, Rand Paul, and Susan Collins. But Lisa Murkowski of Alaska ultimately voted to support the legislation.
This bill will lead to a much greater deficit over time, and I don't believe it's fiscally responsible.
The passage followed a more than 24-hour vote-a-rama on amendments and tense overnight session.
President Trump is still pushing to have the bill on his desk by July 4th, but acknowledged it could be difficult. And he's also cautioning lawmakers against trimming too much from the final version.
We're going to have to see the final version. I don't want to go too crazy with cuts. I don't like cuts. There are certain things that have been cut, which is good. I think we're doing well. We're going to have to see. It's very complicated stuff. Great enthusiasm, as you know.
The bill, which extends the 2017 Trump tax cuts and eliminates federal taxes on tips and overtime pay, increases money for defense and immigration enforcement. But it cuts Medicaid spending, and the Congressional Budget Office estimates it could increase the deficit by nearly $3.3 trillion. That's significantly more than the House version, threatening the support of conservative hardliners there. One group posting on social media, "That's not fiscal responsibility. That's not what we agreed to."
I have prevailed upon my Senate colleagues to please get it as close to the House product as possible.
The House will be back in session soon to consider the changes the Senate made to the bill. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Starting today, you're going to see fewer paper license plates on San Antonio roads and around Texas. That's because House Bill 718 goes into effect now. From now on, car buyers will get a permanent black and white metal license plate from the dealerships instead of the paper one. Other colors are available for different categories, like for out-of-state buyers. This new system was signed into law to cut down on drivers exploiting the paper tax system to avoid registering their vehicles and toll tags.
Anyone that has like paper plates on the streets, they could just take a picture, print it out, and anyone could use those plates. There could be a little mistakes that can happen in the first, but after we get to know more about the system, I think that it will be easier for all of us dealers.
And now that dealerships can no longer issue paper license plates, any Texas paper license plate on the road after September will be expired. A salute to service members at the San Antonio airport. Military members will soon be able to zip through security at the airport. Rania Kaur shows us the changes coming soon.
Speed is the name of the game when you're traveling through a busy airport and wanting to catch a flight. And now, for the very first time, uniformed service members will have a dedicated security lane to help them get through security faster.
It's a part of TSA's Serve with Honor, Travel with Ease campaign. Also included in that is free TSA pre-check enrollment for families that have lost a family member in the line of duty. Those who are active duty and who work for the Department of Defense already have complimentary TSA pre-check. There are also discounts for TSA pre-check for spouses of military members. The San Antonio airport is one of 10 across the country that will offer the improved traveler experience for military members and their families.
The San Antonio airport plans to roll this out within the next few weeks.
Download the KENS 5 Plus app on your TV and you can watch us absolutely for free. I'm Sarah Forgany. I'll see you tomorrow.